Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about pointers. Let's say we have a memory block, something like this. And these numbers, 0A, 0B, 0C, these are addresses. Just like every house in a city has an address, like that every block in memory also has an address. These are integers basically, which are represented in hexadecimal form. Just like 0A means 10, 0B means 11, and so on. Let's say we have a variable var which holds a value 2. This value is stored in memory on address 0D. Pointers are a way to have more control over these addresses. When we create a pointer pointing to our variable, it stores the address of the variable whom it is pointing at. These are later used to access or modify the value present on the address directly. Let's go and do some coding. Let's start by learning how to create a pointer. The way to create a pointer is to put an asterisk sign in front of the variable name. Something like this. For starters, we'll set it to a null pointer. It means that it is not pointing to anything. We can also set it to 0, which means the same thing as a null pointer, or even null. Internally, null means 0 only, as we can see from the definition, hash define null 0. So congratulations, we have just created a pointer which does absolutely nothing. Let's create something which our pointer can point to. Let's create a variable var which will be equal to 2, and let's use our pointer to point to this variable's address. How can we achieve that? How can we get a variable's address? We can do that using an ampersand sign. It says something like, hey, give me the address of the variable present on the right, which in our case is our variable var. And this address, we are storing it in our pointer. You know what? Let's have a look at the memory. And before doing that, let's put a breakpoint at this line and we can start the debugging. And we can see that our variable is carrying that value 2 and our pointer is having one address. Let's copy this address, and what we can do is we can go to debug and then memory 1, and this is what we call a memory house. These are all the memories. These are integer values, but they are given in an hexadecimal form. What we'll do is we'll paste that memory and press enter. And this is that memory address which we had copied, and it is having the value 2. That's all pointers are. They store memory addresses of these variables, and when we go to those memory addresses, it gives us those values. Now let's talk about the data types of pointers. In our example, we have created a void pointer. But why there is a need of defining a data type, even though it only stores addresses, which is an integer, right? Let's try to assign something to our variable using our pointer. So for that, we need to do dereferencing. And to do that, we need to put an asterisk sign before the pointer's name. It means that I need to access the address this pointer is holding, and we have set it to 8, and we are getting an error. So this error is because we haven't specified any type to our pointer. We need to tell the compiler what the address defines, so it can change the value for the same. For the matter of fact, this 8 could be anything. A double, float, short, int. We need to tell the compiler that the address I am trying to access will store an integer value. Compiler doesn't know that. We need to tell the compiler. Let's put a breakpoint over here as well, and let's run the same process again. And we'll debug, and we'll copy the address again from here, and then we'll paste it here and enter. We are getting that value 2 from here, and let's continue. So we are changing the value on the same address, and that's where we got this 8 as well, right? That's all pointers are. Pointers are cleared.